Have you ever held on so tightly to something, a relationship, a dream, a version of your life, that when it slipped away, it felt like your world collapsed? We believe that if we just try hard enough, love enough, fight enough, we can make things stay. But sometimes, what hurts us most is not what leaves. It's our refusal to let go. I remember a woman who once came to the temple during a quiet autumn afternoon. She was clutching a wedding ring in her palm, her eyes swollen from tears. "I don't understand," she whispered. "I gave everything I had to this marriage. I did everything right. Why did he still leave?" I didn't answer her directly. Instead, I offered her a cup of warm tea and told her a story. There was once a young woman who loved a wild orchid that grew on the edge of a cliff. Every day she would climb down to water it, to speak to it, to care for it. One day, a violent storm came and tore the orchid from the rock, sending it into the abyss. The girl wept, cursing the sky, mourning the loss. But days later, as the storm cleared, she noticed something she hadn't seen before. A new orchid beginning to bloom where the old one had once stood. I looked at the woman and gently said, "When something leaves your life, it doesn't always mean you failed. Sometimes, it simply means its purpose in your life has been fulfilled." Letting go isn't weakness. It's how we make space for what comes next. This is the heart of Buddhist teaching. Detachment is not about indifference. It's about loving deeply without clinging. It's about understanding that everything is impermanent and that what's meant for us doesn't need to be forced. To let go is not to give up. It's to surrender with wisdom. It's trusting that what is truly meant for you will never miss you, and what leaves was never truly yours to begin with. So perhaps the greatest beginning doesn't start when we gain something, but when we release what we were never meant to carry. We all want to feel safe. We want certainty. So we plan. We cling. We try to control everything, from relationships to career paths, even how others see us. But here's the truth no one likes to admit. Control is an illusion, and clinging to that illusion often costs us our peace. I once met a successful businessman who came to our monastery for a weekend retreat. From the outside, he had it all: the cars, the home, the perfect resume. But inside, he was exhausted. "I schedule every hour of my day," he said. "I manage people, profits, even family time. And yet, I feel like I'm always one step away from collapse." I asked him to follow me to the garden. There, I handed him a bowl filled with water and said, "Hold it tightly." He gripped it hard. Within seconds, the water began spilling over the edges. The more he squeezed, the more he lost. When I asked him what he noticed, he said quietly, "I couldn't hold on to it. The harder I tried, the faster it slipped away." And that's what life does when we try to control it. When we cling, whether to people, outcomes, or expectations, we create suffering. Why? Because nothing in this world is fixed. Jobs change, people evolve, plans fall apart, and the more tightly we hold on, the more pain we feel when things inevitably shift. There's a certain heartbreak in trying to force something to stay the same when life is asking it to move. But there's also a deep peace in learning to let it flow. Think of a river. It doesn't hold onto the water that passes. It simply lets it move, trusting that more will come. What if we approached life the same way? What if we trusted that letting go isn't losing, but making room for something new? Clinging isn't love. It's fear disguised as love. And control isn't strength. It's resistance dressed up as power. So ask yourself gently, What am I holding on to so tightly that it's holding me back? Because the truth is, real freedom begins not when we gain control, but when we realize we never needed it in the first place. In the journey of life, we often find ourselves holding tightly to relationships, ambitions, and possessions, believing that our happiness depends on them. Yet, it's in the act of releasing our grip that we often discover true freedom and unexpected gains. Consider the story of a woman who, after years in a high-pressure career, realized that her relentless pursuit of success left her feeling empty and disconnected. Despite the fear of uncertainty, she chose to step away from her job. In the space that followed, she found time to explore passions she'd long neglected, leading her to a more fulfilling and balanced life. By letting go of her previous identity tied to her career, she gained a deeper connection to herself and her true desires. This narrative echoes a fundamental Buddhist teaching, the practice of nirodha, or cessation. Nirodha refers to the renunciation of craving and desire, leading to the cessation of suffering. By relinquishing our attachments, we create space for peace and contentment to arise. Meditation serves as a practical tool in this process. Techniques like shikantaza, or just sitting, encourage practitioners to observe their thoughts without attachment, allowing them to come and go like clouds passing through the sky. This practice cultivates a state of open awareness and acceptance, helping individuals experience the impermanence of thoughts and emotions firsthand. The wisdom of pratyasamutpada, or dependent origination, further illuminates this concept. It teaches that all phenomena arise in dependence upon other phenomena. Nothing exists independently. Understanding this interconnectedness helps us see that clinging to transient things is futile, as they are constantly changing and evolving. By embracing the art of letting go, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life. This doesn't mean we stop caring or become indifferent. Rather, we learn to engage with life wholeheartedly without becoming ensnared by attachment. In doing so, we often find that what we gain, inner peace, clarity, and genuine happiness, far outweighs what we feared losing. As we continue this exploration, we'll delve into practical steps and insights on how to cultivate this liberating practice of letting go in our daily lives. In our pursuit of happiness, we often encounter situations that diverge from our expectations. It is through embracing reality as it is that we uncover true inner peace. A real-life story. Consider the story of Min, a man who once enjoyed a stable job and a joyful family life. When his company faced bankruptcy, Min found himself unemployed and plunged into despair. Initially, he resisted this new reality, blaming himself and his circumstances. Over time, however, Min chose to confront the situation head-on. He acquired new skills and sought out fresh opportunities. Eventually, Min secured a new position that aligned better with his passions, leading to a renewed sense of fulfillment. Lessons from Buddhism. Buddha taught that acceptance does not equate to resignation. Rather, it is a pathway to peace in the present moment. By embracing the aspects of life we cannot change, we liberate ourselves from suffering and become open to new possibilities. As highlighted in the Samyutta Nikaya, Buddha advises us to live in the present, free from regrets of the past and anxieties about the future. Practicing acceptance. Acknowledge your emotions. When faced with challenges, allow yourself to fully experience your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Focus on the present. Instead of dwelling on what has been or what might be, concentrate on actionable steps you can take now to improve your situation. Engage in meditation. Meditative practices enable you to observe your thoughts and feelings objectively, facilitating a deeper acceptance of reality. Conclusion. Embracing reality is not a sign of weakness, but an indication of strength and wisdom. By learning to accept, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open the door to genuine peace and happiness. In our fast-paced, ever-changing world, finding inner peace can seem like an elusive goal. However, through the practice of meditation, we can cultivate a serene mind and a compassionate heart, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. A personal story. During my early years as a monk, I struggled with restlessness and a wandering mind. Despite my dedication to study and service, I found myself easily agitated and unable to focus. One day, my teacher introduced me to the practice of anapanasati, or mindfulness of breathing. He guided me to sit quietly, observe my breath, and gently bring my attention back whenever my mind wandered. Initially, this practice was challenging, but over time, I noticed a profound shift. My mind became calmer, my reactions more measured, and a deep sense of peace began to permeate my daily life. Buddhist teachings on meditation. The Buddha emphasized meditation as a path to liberation from suffering. In the Anapanasati Sutta, he outlined 16 steps for cultivating mindfulness through breathing, leading practitioners toward deeper awareness and tranquility. Practical meditation techniques. Mindfulness of breathing, anapanasati. Find a quiet place to sit comfortably. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your natural breathing pattern. Observe each inhale and exhale without attempting to control them. When your mind wanders, gently return your focus to the breath. This practice helps anchor you in the present moment and cultivates inner calm. Loving kindness meditation, metta bhavana. Begin by generating feelings of love and compassion towards yourself. Silently repeat phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from suffering." Gradually extend these wishes to others, first to loved ones, then to neutral individuals, and eventually to those with whom you have conflicts. This practice fosters empathy and reduces negative emotions. Compassion meditation, Tonglen. This Tibetan Buddhist practice involves visualizing the suffering of others as you inhale, taking it into your heart, and then exhaling relief and positive intentions toward them. Tonglen cultivates deep compassion and helps dissolve the barriers between self and others. Integrating meditation into daily life. Consistency is key to reaping the benefits of meditation. Start with short, manageable sessions, perhaps 5 to 10 minutes daily, and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Remember, meditation is not about achieving a particular state, but about observing your experiences without judgment. Over time, this practice can lead to profound insights and a lasting sense of inner peace. Conclusion. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating inner peace and resilience. By dedicating time to these practices, we develop a sanctuary within ourselves, a refuge that remains steadfast amidst life's inevitable ups and downs. As we continue this journey, let us embrace meditation not as a task to be accomplished, but as a lifelong companion guiding us toward greater understanding, compassion, and tranquility. Bringing Buddhist principles into our everyday routines doesn't require radical changes, but rather subtle shifts in perspective and behavior. Begin by embracing mindfulness. Fully engage in each task, whether it's eating, working, or conversing, by being present in the moment. This practice cultivates a deeper connection to our actions and surroundings. Additionally, set aside time for regular meditation, even if just a few minutes daily, to center the mind and foster inner peace. Approach challenges with acceptance, viewing them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. By practicing self-compassion, we acknowledge our imperfections without judgment, allowing for personal development. Extending kindness to others through simple acts or supportive words further enriches our experience and reinforces the interconnectedness emphasized in Buddhist teachings. Embracing Buddhism is not about reaching a final destination, but engaging in an ongoing process of learning and self-discovery. Each day offers new lessons and opportunities to apply these teachings. By maintaining an open mind and heart, we allow ourselves to evolve, understanding that setbacks are natural and serve as valuable teachers. Engage with communities, read insightful texts, and reflect regularly to deepen your practice. Remember, the path is personal and unique to each individual, and progress is measured not by perfection, but by the sincerity of our efforts. At the heart of Buddhist practice lies the profound appreciation for the present moment. By anchoring ourselves in the now, we release anxieties about the future and regrets about the past. This presence allows us to experience life more fully and authentically. Techniques such as mindful breathing and observation help ground us, making each moment a new beginning filled with potential. Through this lens, we find contentment and clarity, recognizing that true peace resides in our ability to be fully present. Conclusion: reflecting on our path. As we conclude this exploration of Buddhist principles, consider how these teachings resonate with your own life experiences. Have you noticed moments where letting go led to unexpected joy? How has embracing the present transformed your daily interactions? Reflect on these questions and observe the subtle shifts in your journey. In our next video, we'll delve deeper into the concept of mindfulness in relationships, exploring how being present can enhance our connections with others. Stay tuned as we continue this path of discovery together.